PSYOPS, the Mindgate Conspiracy, a game about using mind powers to manipulate and destroy your enemies while shooting them with a variety of weaponry. PSYOPS, the Mindgate Conspiracy, or as my younger self pronounced it, PSI OPS. But if you think that's bad, my younger self also thought the Millennium Falcon was pronounced Aluminum Falcon. Yeah, don't ask. PSYOPS is a third-person shooter at its core, but includes some really cool mechanics like mind powers. I remember seeing the game in the official PlayStation 2 magazine and being interested while looking and learning about the game. Most first-person shooters played the same, but the thing that made PSYOPS stand out was the inclusion of powers like telekinesis and pyrokinesis, which were a ton of fun to use against the bad guys. Another thing that stood out was the front cover of the game, which I really loved this cover. The front cover was once again my favorite kind of picture, with the main character in a badass pose. Then this one, of Nick holding up his hand while using what looks like the telekinesis power, was awesome. Now, what's the game like? PSYOPS plays like most third-person shooters, so the gameplay is nothing new, with the occasional shooting, but the use of mind powers is what sets it apart from other games. So that's the gameplay. Now, let's look at some of the powers. The power that stands out the most is the telekinesis, that allows Nick to pick up objects and even people. Don't like that box? Smash it into the wall. Bad guy giving you a dirty look? Then smash him into the ground or the nearest wall. Or introduce a box to someone's face. Plus, the developers even make the reticle change color, indicating it can be manipulated, and it can lock onto items, so you can target specific areas. Next we have the pyrokinesis power. This allows Nick to literally ignite enemies with a wave of fire. You can even pick up ignited enemies, turning them into a human fireball of death. Plus, it looks freaking sick when you use this power. Nothing beats a good old cook-off. Here we have remote viewing. This puts Nick into a kind of out-of-body experience that allows him to see what's ahead, and you can even pass through locked doors. This power allows for a more stealth approach, or you can just shoot everything. Now we have mind control, which allows Nick to take over any unfortunate bad guy within looking distance. It's a lot of fun to break the friendship between the bad guys. Once you're done with them, you can either leave them untouched, or make them carry out a science experiment of what happens when I shoot this red barrel. The choice is yours. Here we have Mind Drain. This allows Nick to literally suck the mind juice out of his enemies to regain his psi power. It's a win-win. Well, maybe not for this guy, but he's dead, so it's fine. This guy? Not so much. So that's some of the powers you'll use throughout the game. My two favorite are telekinesis and pyrokinesis. With all that said, unfortunately, playing through the game again reminded me why I never finished it. Though PSI OPS has really cool game mechanics, my younger self found it kinda boring. And playing it again today reminded me of why that was. The games I've looked at so far, being Black, Spider-Man, and Darkwatch, was fun to relive the memories and sharing my experiences. But unfortunately, PSI OPS doesn't share that same feeling of nostalgia like the other games do. I've completed these games countless times, and they're always fun to go back to and play through again and again. But PSI OPS, it's just not fun. The main reasons why I didn't find the game fun is two things. One, the enemies. They're obnoxious and annoying, especially in areas where they constantly respawn. The second, the level design. Some are okay. Others don't give you any clear direction of where you have to go. The enemies are the main obstacles in stopping the player, but unfortunately they aren't really fun to fight, especially the heavies. The level design can be very hit and miss. Sure, you have a map, but it doesn't really help you navigate, and the objectives are kind of vague. So that's PSI OPS. Unfortunately, a cool game with some awesome mechanics, but overall, a boring experience that even my younger self agrees with. But let's not dwell, because the next game I'll be covering is anything but boring. Take care everyone, and I hope you all have an awesome possum day.